I begin by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land and pay my respects to their elders, past and present. I extend that respect to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples. Today is the day 43 of the Grand Australian Ride. Today I rode from Port Macquarie to Sydney. The ride date is 11th of June 2022. The time taken was 8 hours and 15 minutes. The weather was warm and dry. The distance I covered was 403 kilometers. The terrain was green vegetation and the roads were straight mainly, but we went through a lot of twisties as well along the way. I took fueled up at Heatherbury, and basically in between Port Macquarie and Sydney I went via stopped at Nabiak to look at the motorcycle museum, and then near Newcastle met with the boys, my brothers and some friends, and they joined me on the ride all the way to Sydney via the Pacific Way. So we had a fun day today. Good morning. Today is day what's the day? Day 42. Today is day 43. Day 43. And I'm in Port Macquarie right now. I arrived here last night. Today, and it's 11th of June 2022. I arrived here last night, and today the plan is to go from Port Macquarie to Sydney. I will be riding somewhere near New South Wales first, and then I'll be over there. I'll be meeting my brother-in-law, who have gathered in Sydney last night, and from there they are going to ride to somewhere near Newcastle. The place is yet to be finalized. There are a few other guys as well who are joining them, so in total there would be an additional 5 or 5 bikes, I guess. So I'm really looking forward to the day. The weather looks good. It's already sunny now. The time right now is about 7:20, so I will be leaving. My original plan was to leave at 8, but I'm thinking I'll leave now. I need to oil the chains. I should have done it last night, but I was too tired, so I'm going to just quickly oil them right now before going. Not the best thing to do, but the chains need to be greased a little bit. So and I can't do it while I'm riding or anything, because I need to unload the bag so I can put it on the big stand and then do it. So anyways, today the distance is around, I think, 360 or something. 360. It will be roughly around 400 kilometers, I think, by the time I get to Sydney, because the guys are planning to go on like a bit of a scenic ride. So yeah, let's see how we go. Really looking forward to it. First time since I left Port Campbell. I will be having company on the road, and quite a lot of company, so I'm really excited for that and really humbled that they have decided to join me. And yeah, I'll see you on the road. Now the keys have been returned and we are all good to go. So let's get started. Om Ganeshaya Namah. Shri Adi Shakti Mata Ki Jai, Krishna Kanhaiya Lal Ki Jai, Har Har Mahadev Har. Actually go this side, because this side is the town center. Alright, so this is the town center of Port Macquarie. I came here yesterday. I walked from the accommodation. I came here yesterday to have dinner somewhere on the over there. Somewhere on the left hand side. It was quite busy last night, even when I was late. There is a church over here. So I walk past this, and on the right there is Coles. Just this way we go to Pacific Highway. That's what the sign had said as well. So this is Port Macquarie. Last night when I came, everything was so dark that I didn't see most of these things. There are not many street lights around here. It looked like a small town or something, but it's actually pretty big. I have to continue straight. It's backpackers. Now a lot of backpackers come on the east coast. One of the reason being, as you would have seen, there are a lot of fruits and plantations around here. So backpackers actually serve as labor for those farms. So just one more note, we are off the A1 or Pacific Highway as they call it around here. We are on Oxley Highway right now. The goal is to travel from here to join the Pacific Highway as you see on the board. So once we are on Pacific Highway, we are on our track. So we are going like that, and then Port Macquarie is over here. So from here we come down Port Macquarie, go back on the A1, and then continue. It's actually a smaller bike. And you see the L plate? People who are not from Australia, just so they know, I think around less than 600cc, anyone with a L plate can ride. So this bike, Royal Enfield Himalayan, comes under that category. What it means is that you can walk into a training center, give a written examination, spend a day over there, give a written examination, do some practical work over there. They will teach you how to ride a bike and everything, and then off you go. You buy a bike, rent a bike or whatever, and just start riding. There's some rules you have to follow. You can't have a pillion passenger and all of that, which is obviously pretty logical. But apart from that, just go ride. Now from that, then you after some time you have to give your test again, and you get a P plate. P means you're practically good to buy. I think there's some P means you got your license. In short, you got a proper license now. The only criteria is you have to wait 1 year to get a full license. What full license means is, if you want to ride like a 1000cc or 1800cc Harley Davidson,
you want to go around with your wife or girlfriend, have a pillion passenger, you need a full license for that. So there you go, that's the process. Pretty straightforward. In Victoria, if there is a police car like that, you have to reduce your speed to 40 kilometers an hour. 40. And this guy was at about 70 or 80 and I was at 60. So big difference in regulations from state to state. So we are going to get onto the Pacific Highway now, towards Taree or Sydney. That's where this goes, and off we go. Now, something interesting I just noticed. Look at that, the sign. It's for a deer, isn't it? Yeah. So you find deer around here. I mean, I'm pretty sure deer were not naturally found in Australia. They were brought in for hunting purposes. Deer, fox, rabbits, so many things. But you can see signs of deer in Australia as well. Yep. The road's really smooth actually. Last night when I was riding around here, it's actually the same road as last night, except I just had to go off this road and then come back on again. I felt like there weren't enough service station, maybe just because I needed more as it was night and cold. There are enough, but you know, you have to get off the road and then you have to go to the town and then come back on the road again. I would generally prefer it to be on the freeway, or you know, like a service center on the freeway. There are some, but I thought, actually honestly speaking, I thought there would be more, considering it's such a busy highway. Last night, I mean, it was more busy than what it is right now. There were like constant trucks and all, and it was windy, so you know, it was affecting my ride as well. So what I did was I reduced the speed to 80 and changed the gear to 4. So I was going on 4th gear and 80 speed, so the traction was good and it was keeping me stable. So I was not affected by wind or anything. And also the worst thing was, this is perfect, this road is just amazing. But sometimes in concrete roads, you know, when there are those lines, horizontal lines is not a problem, but when they're vertical line and it's badly engineered, which is something that often happens, that it's the concrete road is badly engineered, then the bike becomes unstable. So it's like a pendulum, you have to constantly balance it. If you don't, then your chances of falling down is much greater. Generally with bikes, you don't have to balance it, you just ride and it balances itself, or it naturally happens. If you're doing it, you don't even feel it. But with that badly engineered concrete roads, yeah man, it gets really funny. I felt that there was a good portion over here, but some portion was really well designed. But there was a patch here last night that was really bad, and it reminded me of what I felt after I left Adelaide. After leaving Adelaide, you know, you'd find that kind of road and they are badly engineered. If you're in a car, you won't notice it, but on a motorcycle, man, it makes it harder to balance. But overall, it's a nice smooth road, good ride, loving it. The guys are going to be around Newcastle, I think around Newcastle, there's a stop beyond that, around 12 o'clock or something. But look, I was hoping that I'll get there after they arrive, but looks like I might get there earlier than before them. So let's see. I just decided to take a break. It's been about an hour or so since I've been riding. Just to get a coffee. Maybe I didn't take breakfast this morning, so maybe I'll grab something to eat. The service center is over here on the right. It's right here. So what we have is McDonald's, KFC, and miscellaneous. Can't even see it. You see, there's so many trees and stuff. Okay. There it is. Oh, so many potholes. Just as you enter. I think all those cars are also surprised by it. Okay, I'll just stop over here, get something to eat, and have a coffee or something, and then we'll continue forward. Finish with the break. Now we're going back to the. It was a pretty busy spot. A lot of potholes on entry and exit. The potholes were right at the entry and right at the exit only. Anyway, so here we are. You know, one so we go on the right over here. Third exit. One thing I kind of don't like is when people, you know, everyone has a bay when parking, but when people see a motorcycle, they want to encroach on that bay. They don't realize that when we park the motorcycle in the center, it's because we want to use the space around it to get mount and dismount from the motorcycle. So that's our space. You can't just park on and take up all that space. A sign for National Motorcycle Museum. I think I have to go there. Just check it out. I didn't know there was a National Motorcycle Museum. You see, it's things like this you just come across. So, alright, so I'm looking for the motorcycle museum. Modern motorcycles. That's not the museum. So let's see if I can find it. There was a sign pointing this way. There are a lot of motorcycles on the other side of the street, but I thought that was a cafe or something. Oh, there is it. There it is. Modern Muslim National Motorcycle Museum. Yep. Straight ahead. What town is this? Nabiak. I think it said Nabiak. It's a Nabiak town. The museum should be somewhere over here. There is a speed limit of 40 and it's double demerits today all the way until Monday. You see, double demerits meaning when you have to a fine, you get charged 3 points. I think you have about 10 or 12 points or something like that. And double demerits meaning instead of 3 you'll be charged 6 points. National Motorcycle Museum, there it is. Street light. Nabiak, yeah, Nabiak is the town. Hoping it would be safe considering we are going to the motorcycle museum. Alright, let's go in and I'll probably take out the camera from the helmet so I can show it to you. I think this whole space is the museum. It looks pretty large. I think it's all of that space is museum most likely. So I'll remove the camera from the helmet and I'll try and show you the museum today. I was just speaking to the lady in the front desk and she said to me there are over 1,000 bikes. Over 1,000 bikes. I'm in the main shade area, I believe, and there are 3 of these shades. And look around. And I found it. It's right here. They've got a few Royal Enfields. I'll just show you. And they're all classic Bullet. So this one is Bullet 500. And another. This is Pinelli. So I've got 3 of them, so 2 black and a red one, all Royal Enfields. One is 1964, this one is 1964, the other one is 1952. The 1952 one looks very similar to the new one. Look at that. This one is made in England though, 1952. And the 64 one is obviously different with different seat. This is 1964. So many motorcycles, so many of them. Anyways, I'll just explore around here and show you as well.
so there's so many bikes over here. I could probably spend a few more hours over here, but I need to get going, so I guess I'll have to get going. So okay, so that was the museum. That was the main area. The shade behind there, that's a huge shade over there. There's one shade over here, one over there, full of motorcycles. Okay, and if you look around, there's a lot of Pontiacs. Pontiac is a car brand. These ones are from all over Australia. Actually, apparently, it's a club. I was just talking to the guys who just a couple of them were waiting out for someone around here, and yeah, these people, all of them are made by the same car brand called Pontiac, different year and everything, and they come from all over Australia. Look at that. The guy was saying that some of them were from Queensland, some of them from New South Wales, all the way from Adelaide, and yeah, they have like a get together every certain time, and on every 2 years, once every 2 years, they have like a major get together where they get people from all over the country as well. So yeah, something interesting to find out, interesting to know. You know, like we say, showkeen, like for particular brand. Like this is I know a lot of people who are fans of Royal Enfield, and they're just really hardcore fans. Same way this is for Pontiac cars. The motorcycle museum was amazing. Had a very nice time looking around. I would like to have more time on hand to explore more, which I didn't this time. I wasn't even expecting a museum to be around here anyways. Thing going straight. Yeah, I didn't know that there was actually a motorcycle museum. The lady who was sitting over there, I said to her, you know, I didn't even know that there was actually a museum. I only found out when I came across the signage on the on the freeway. But anyways, so fantastic stop. Had a good time exploring the bikes. Took a few photos. Now we are back on track. Newcastle is where I'm going to meet the boys. Now I am needed to fuel up, so I decided to make a quick stop over here. There is the fuel station right there. Okay, so I'm just going to make a stop over here and just fuel up, and once done with that, then I'll get going. Okay. Alright, so the cost of the fuel was 203.9, as you can see. I filled up 11.64 liters, and total is 23.73. So Let's get going. The exit is on this side. Okay. Okay, so we are very close to Newcastle.
We are in the Hunter. Newcastle is actually a bit further down. I thought we were already there, but no, my bad. It's actually not that big a town as well, or a town or a city. It's fairly small, so it's still further down. There are 2 or 3 other towns. We are going to go left. If we were going to go to Sydney, we would have taken the right. So there you go. This is the Hunter River, I think. Yeah, this is the Hunter River. And I'd seen on the map earlier that after the Hunter River you take left. So there you go. That's left towards Newcastle. A town called Charlestown. That's more. I'm close to Newcastle right now, so that Charlestown is between Newcastle and Sydney. So we are basically closer to Sydney. So I'm meeting them there. They will just send me the address. It's about half an hour from here, so got another 30-35 minutes ride before I see them. So yeah, not bad. Looks like on the map it looked like a nice ride, so it will definitely be a break from riding on the freeway, which I have been doing for the past couple of days. Well, it's a nice bike. Can also get passengers on. Nice color, purple. Look at that. That is something, isn't it? It's a nice weather today, so everyone is sort of pumped to ride. I've been seeing riders all over the place today. Look at that. It's actually got a seat. The back seat can actually hold 2 people. It's like a interesting vehicle. I don't know what I'll call it. A bike or a tricycle, or but one thing is for sure, the guy riding it is having fun. Maybe about 8 kilometers away now. But there's this beautiful ride around here, around the Esplanade. There you go. It's a nice view. I don't know if it's a sea or the river, because there's a river nearby. Lake Macquarie, it's a lake. This town is, or town or suburb, I don't know what it is. It's called Toronto. like Toronto in Canada. I think it's a suburb. I think anything between in a 100-kilometer radius of Sydney, I will classify it as a suburb. Because living in Melbourne, I know cities can be really big. So Toronto. Because I've heard about Charlestown, so I'm definitely not in Charlestown. I've passed that at this point in Toronto. I'm just following an address given to me. Alright, so we're good together. The gang is here. So you got a couple of Harleys, Kawasaki, Ducati, and BM over here. And of course, the old Hemi. I'm probably with the smallest engine of the lot. The smallest engine apart from me is twice the size of what I have. But I think it will be fun. That's Amarsi on the Kawasaki. Had a nice break. Stopped at Oliver's, had some veggie wrap. Now we are going to the Old Pacific Highway. We'll be taking an exit from here to go there, and there is a tunnel over there apparently, and it's a very good spot for photography, I guess. So looking forward to seeing it. And apparently the road, that route is very nice as well. It's actually a windy route and everything, so rather than going through this, we thought might as well take that route to Sydney. That's my brother Nikul. What is he doing? That's Viraj over there in the Harley. Today was so much fun. Got Viraj and Amarsi over here in front of me. Nikul is right here behind me. So excited to meet everyone after such a long time. I haven't met my mom since I left for the tour. I haven't met my wife since Canberra. She came to see me. But everyone is excited to meet up after this long journey so far. It was a lot of fun riding with the other boys as well. We'd done a bit of twisties around I think Old Pacific Highway or a similar road. But yeah, overall it was fun riding today. I think one of them, if not both, is going to join us until Sydney as well. No, sorry, until Canberra. On the way to Canberra, he's going to accompany on Monday. Today is Saturday. Tomorrow I've decided to take a break over here in Sydney, spend time with family, and then continue back on Monday. I've arrived.